أن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونتوكل عليه سبحانه وتعالى وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدى هدى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Last week during the Khutbatul Jum'ah, I had made a statement during the khutbah that was an incorrect statement. It was misrepresentation of the reality of the religion. It was a case of telling the community something that is not from the Sunnah. It was wrong. And after making the mistake, I was given the tanbih of that mistake by two brothers of the community later on that night. I brought in front of you the optics of the mud and the sa'. If you recall, the big pot and the little pot. During the explanation of the Khutbatul Jum'ah, I had explained and I said to you that the sa' was the mud, and I called the mud the sa', and that's wrong. So it's not just an issue of describing the two utensils in the wrong way, but something was built on that, because we were talking about al-israf and wasting. And we told you that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make his wudu from one mud, the small one. But if I said that the sa', the big one, is the mud, the person would think he made wudu from a lot of water. So that's why I have to come and correct it. The mud is the small one that he used to make the wudu from. And 4 amdad, if you pour 4 of those, they become a sa'. After the Khutbatul Jum'ah, as I mentioned, no one came up to me. But that night, 2 brothers came up to me, and I want to say on this minbar, on this blessed day, Jazahumullahu ahsan al-jaza'. Because it is for me, as the great personality in al-Islam, he said, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, Rahimallahu al-mar ahda ilayya uyubi. That's my religion. So while you're sitting in the audience, if something is mentioned that's incorrect, there is an open door for you to always come to me and to talk to me and say, you said this, you said that. That Saturday after last week, Friday, Saturday, I went to a sham. I went to the Sham. May Allahu Ta'ala, Rasah Allah, help the Abid, the Salihin in the Sham, the Laji'een, from our brothers and sisters who are from Syria, who are dealing with some serious stuff right now. May Allah help them. While I was on that trip, it was in my head. I can't go on any trip. I may not come back. I may die. So I have to get my affairs in order, because you never know. So you have to let your family know. You owe this one money. You have to apologize here. You don't want to travel in the earth and die. La tadiru nafsun. Nobody knows. Bi'ayi ardin tamu. We're going to die. You don't know. So this thing, I said I have to rectify it before I travel. So from Heathrow Airport, I did a thing and I put it on social media. Let the whole dunya know I made a mistake from this minbar. So I could have just said, oh, that's enough. I did make the clarification. And I sent it out in the dunya. And people were watching our website and following me on social media. They see I clarified it. But something came to my mind, and that is my own community. My own community. Many people in this community are not on social media. Some of the shuyukh that we have love and respect for, like Abu Ukasha and others from our elders, a Sheikh Abu Adnan. If they go on social media, maybe they'll go on the Arabic section. They never know I clarify. There are reverts here who we love and respect, and we have to pay attention to those reverts. That's why we have a class called every Friday, Back to Basics, trying to teach these people this deen. So I said, there are people from my community. The mistake was made. I have to go before the people and clarify it today. So that's what I'm doing right now. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam made the wudu from the mud, the small one, not the big one. And he made the ghusl from 4 or 5 amdad. He made a whole ghusl from that one big one. Now this position of what I'm doing, this is what I found as a revert Muslim that the Salaf of this ummah were upon. The Salaf of this ummah who we claim that we love. And inshallah we love. But actions speak louder than words. I call this community each and every one of you. The Arab and the non-Arab. The man and the woman. The young and the old. The rich and the poor. I call all of you. Let our religion resemble what those companions were upon and what those 4 imams were upon. Not this new stuff that the Muslims are doing. So I saw situations with our scholars, like we have a lot of people from North Africa. People from Africa who are on the Maliki madhab. Is there an imam greater than Imam Malik ibn Anas? Rahmatullahi alayhi. Is there an imam greater than him? Ya lahu, yani min rajulin. A man has knowledge. He was sitting in his majlis teaching the people. And in his normal majlis, there are more people in his majlis than in his masjid or any other masjid here in Leeds. Put all of our masjids together on the day of Jummah. And Imam Malik had more attendees in his halaqah than all of our communities put together. Because the Muslims were on knowledge. They went to the masjid for knowledge. And this man was a beacon of knowledge. You're Maliki, I'll say to you, you are on khair. But be upon what Imam Malik was upon in his aqidah, in his akhlaq, in his understanding when he told the people, everyone's statement is accepted or rejected except the Nabi of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَلَا تُقَلِّدُونِي. Don't blindly follow me. Malik other than that. Ala kullin. And Imam Malik was sitting in his majlis talking. Someone asked this big scholar, Ya Imam, I want to know about the takhleel of the asabi', of the qadamain, the rijlain. When I make wudu and I come to my feet, Ya Imam Malik, do I have to clean between my toes? Do I have to wash between my toes? And Imam Malik said, no, you don't have to do that. The people don't have to do that. Don't call the people to that. After he gave that fatwa in front of all of the people, the one who narrated the hadith, this incident, his student Ibn Wahab, he said, I waited until the people left. And there were only a few people. And then I went to him and I said, yeah, Imam, that person asked you that question, but I know a hadith that goes against what you said. And Imam Malik didn't say, why are you saying that to me? I'm the khatib, I'm the imam, I'm older than you, I'm the sheikh, I'm the dad. And Imam Malik didn't say that. He said, had to, give me your burhan if what you're saying is true. He said the chain of narration. He said, I was told by 3 people, akhbarani, 3 people, Al-Layth ibn Sa'd, tremendous scholar in Islam, Abdullah ibn Luhay'a, tremendous scholar in al-Islam, Amr ibn al-Harith, the 3 of them told me, Ibn Wahab, the 3 of them told me that another scholar told them, the chain of narration. The other scholar who told them, Yazid ibn Amr al-Ma'afiri, he told us that the tabi Abu Abdurrahman al-Hanbali told him that the companion, al-Mustawrid ibn Shidad al-Qurashi, radiyallahu anhu, the companion told the man who told those people, who told this man, who was the student of Imam Malik, but now he's getting ready to tell Imam Malik a hadith where he's going to be the sheikh of Imam Malik. The companion said, I saw Rasulullah make wudu. And when he made wudu and he came to his feet, he took his pinky and he washed between his toes. So when you make wudu, many of us just wash our feet. That's okay, as long as you keep water in your whole feet. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would take his pinky and wash between the toes, the opposite of what Imam Malik said. When Imam Malik heard that hadith, he is Amir al-Mu'mineen in hadith. He knows each one of those narrators. He knows what's going on. He said, Hada hadithun Hasan. That hadith is authentic. Ibn Wahab said, the next day, Al-Imam Malik came out in front of the people in the class and told them, I was asked yesterday this, and that, and I said this, that, but the reality is, and they told him the hadith, and he rectified the mistake. That's what I saw from the Imams of Al-Islam. I didn't see the Maulvi Saab who makes a mistake and he is still on that batil. I didn't see the person who can't say I'm sorry. Those companions were not like that. The Salaf were not like that. Concerning this incident with Al-Imam Malik, number one, this is important, guys. When that man told Al-Imam Malik the chain of narration, he knows all of those people. Is he thiqah? Is he a kadhab? He knows. And when he heard the hadith, he judged it as being authentic. Why? Because it is as Al-Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak said, Al-Isnadu min ad-din. Walawla al-Isnad laqala man sha' ma sha'. The chain of narration is from this religion. And if it wasn't for the chain of narration, anybody would say whatever they want to say, like the Jews and the Christians. So now, this is the month of December. The Christians are going to be screaming out, Jesus, the Son of God, was born on the 25th. The question is, Hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqeen. Where's the chain of narration for that? Where's the proof of that? And Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak, Ya Abdullah, he said, if it wasn't for the chain of narration, anybody would say anything like we do. Allah said this, Rasulullah said that, and it's kalam farik, what you're talking about. Don't spread weak hadith. The second thing is, did you see how the student Ibn Wahab waited for the people to leave and then he went to correct the sheikh, to correct the imam, to correct the khatib? Did you see? He didn't correct the khatib in front of the people. He didn't correct the khatib in a way to bring him down and make al-istisghar and ihana on the khatib. He waited till the people left. And then he infarada bihi, and he told them. So I say to you, may Allah bless the two doctors. The doctor who's the Zaim of the Ja'aliyin of the Sudan, and the doctor who also is the Zaim of the Pakistaniyin. May Allah bless both of you coming to me. And when they came to me, I said to them, to the Sudani, I said, Yazol, you serious? He said, that's what you did. I didn't correct it because I wasn't sure. Until I went back and I listened to it, I said, wow, I was wrong. Faha ana that. I'm correcting it. And I say to each and every one of you, I don't care who you are, especially our shabab in the madrasa. For me, you can always come to me and tell me, I think you were wrong here. I think you were right here. I think you were too tough here. I'll listen. But come with the haqq and come with adab. Come with the haqq and come with the adab. Because I don't want to be ignorant and dealing with some of the stuff some people come to me. Someone came to me one time and said, I want to advise you. Yeah, what? I don't think you should talk about homosexuality and LGBT from the minbar. I said, why not? He said, our children shouldn't hear that. What? They shouldn't hear it. They're hearing it already. They're hearing it in school. They're hearing it in the street. Some of them are doing it. So I respect your hassasiyah, but don't come with that kind of stuff. The other issue, ikhwani fillah, is greater than Al-Imam Malik. Greater is the Amir al-Mu'mineen, Umar radiyallahu anhu. They describe Umar and they said, Kana waqafin inda kitabillah. Umar was waqaf because this is the religion. The isnad is from the religion. Don't be one of those people who, you don't know anything about ilm al-hadith. You don't know anything about usul al-fiqh. You don't know anything about tafsir. And yet we're coming and we're giving these opinions. If you were to look at this internet and look how they just take any Amr, Bakr, and Zayd from our shabab and place them on the internet, 1 million hits, 800,000 hits. The question is, do you think the girl that wears hijab is a religious girl? 2 say yeah, 3 say no, and then they start arguing about that issue. Anybody can talk, no knowledge. Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikr wa inna lahu lahafidhun. Allah revealed that Quran, and He revealed the Sunnah, and He made hufaz, hafadha, people memorized. You know, we have imams here who memorize the Quran. the Sheikh Abu Ahmed, the Sheikh Abu Abdul Aziz, may Allah protect both of them. They didn't memorize that Quran in their sleep. They took that Quran from someone who took it from someone who took it from someone, all the way back to the Nabi of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And here we are. The Hadith and the Sunnah is the same way in many ways. Don't be of those people who come to the school in London and the Muslim comes and he comes as an expert and he's talking to our students and he says, I have read the Quran from the beginning to the end, and I didn't find anything in the Quran that makes homosexuality haram. Men anta la ab laka wala laka. Who are you to be saying that? And then when our shabab, on their fitrah, started pushing back that nonsense, they started pushing back. The head teacher bullied them and got mad. I will never forget that. He bullied them and started talking about 9/11 as if our shabab are responsible for that. And Shahid, don't talk about the religion. You don't know what you're talking about. Talk about what you know. Umar radiallahu anhu was the Khalifa for 10 years. And it was the golden years of Islam. There was no one walking on the face of the earth that was better than Umar on that day. He was the best human being. And when he saw the israf from the community, what he perceived, he started dealing with it. He said, any man who has gotten married to his wife and he gave her mahr more than 12 awqiyah, ثنة عشرة awqiyah. If you give your wife a dowry more than 12 awqiyah, I'm going to take the superfluous of it. That's about 110 pounds as a dowry. 110 pounds. He said the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam got married and he never gave a woman more than 112 pounds as a mahr. His daughters got married. He never asked for more than 112 pounds. So anyone from amongst you who gives his wife 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds. In the Khalij, the mahr is 100,000 riyal. 100,000 dirhams from Kuwait. I don't think there's anyone who gave his wife 112 pounds as a mahr. Umar said, whatever is more than 112, I'm taking the rest and I'm going to put it in a Baytul Mal. That's authentic. That riwayah is thabita, no doubt about it. But then there's another riwayah. And in that riwayah, there was a lady who heard what happened. And she asked Umar, who's the Khalifa, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, do you deserve to be listened to and obeyed? Or does Allah deserve to be listened to and obeyed? He said, of course, Allah. Allah. Not your mother, your father, your husband, your imam, your nafs. Allah. Not the prime minister, not the president. Allah. She said, the lady, well, I read in the Quran that Allah said, وَإِنْ أَرَدْتُمْ اسْتِبْدَالَ زَوْجٍ مَكَانَ زَوْجٍ وَآتَيْتُمْ إِحْدَاهُنَّ قِنْطَارًا فَلَا تَأْخُذُوا مِنْهُ شَيْئًا أَتَأْخُذُونَهُ بُهْتَانًا وَإِثْمًا مُبِينًا. You men, if you want to divorce your wife and then get married to another lady, don't take from that wife any of the dowry, even if you gave her qintar. You gave her a lot of money, 1 million pounds, 5 million dinar. You gave it to her. Don't take it away. That's her haqq. When that ayat was read, how are you, Umar, going to take over 112 pounds? When Allah said the man could give his wife a whole treasure. In the narration, it said that Umar said, Asabat al-mar'a wa akhta'a al-rajul. The lady is right, and Umar is wrong. The lady is right, and Umar is wrong. The i'tirad of the lady in that riwayah, there's a time, there's daf. But we know that Umar was waqafin. During the khilaf of Umar, he sent one of the greatest companions. His name is Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. Sent him to Al-Kufa to be the wali of the Muslims. Umar wrote him a letter, Ikhwani, wallahi, the letter, yambagi, and talked up, bima'al-ain. He was talking to him about how to be a judge, how to be a teacher, what to do. It's a well-known risala, as he used to write to the people he was responsible for his governors. Listen to this. He told Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, from what he said, may Allah be pleased with all of them. Yeah, Abu Musa, if you ever judge people today, you give a hukum, a qada today, and tomorrow it comes to you that you were wrong. What you did yesterday was wrong. He said, do not be afraid to go back on your opinion. He said, الرجوع إلى الحق خير من التمادي في الباطل. الرجوع إلى الحق يا عبد الله خير من التمادي في الباطل. For you to return to the truth, that's better for you than to remain on what is wrong, falsehood, going overboard. You know, we have some people, the word I'm sorry is not in their vocabulary. He can never say to his wife, I'm sorry. He can never say to his daughter, to his kid, I'm sorry. He does some i'tida on people, some majawizatul had, goes overboard. He can never say, I was wrong. The Maulvi Saab can't say he's wrong. Don't know, that's not how our community was on. So brothers in al-Islam, Ummat al-Islam, one thing I don't want to do, and this is one of the challenges of being on this thing. You guys, you made ghusl in the morning, yesterday. You do what you have to do to come to the masjid. And I'm not complaining, I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing with you the thiql on the shoulder of getting in front of people. And then Allah is going to ask me what I said, why I said it. What was the niyyah? Was it correct? Was it for fitna? Who heard and went away? And I'm the suburb of that. I'm going to be responsible. Yeah, it's a lot of khair. It's a lot of barakah when you get it right. But when you get it wrong, I'm going to be punished. So this is not an easy thing to do in terms of the responsibility. So my issue is for myself and you. Let us not talk about the religion when we don't know what we're talking about. Don't have that husn al-dhan about yourself to the degree you didn't study anything. You're just giving your opinion. Because to talk about the religion without the haqq is a major sin. We have shabab right now on the internet, the vulture culture of the internet. The du'at, they are refuting each other. Everybody has something to say in the comments, You'll always find in the comments people supporting whatever the person is saying, no matter how far it is from the truth. وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَا تَصِفُ أَلْسِنَتُكُمُ الْكَذِبَ هَذَا حَلَالٌ وَهَذَا حَرَامٌ لِتَفْتَرُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ الْكَذِبَ إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَفْتَرُونَ عَلَى اللَّهِ لَا يُفْلِحُونَ. That's an ayat of the Quran. Do not let yourself say something about Allah you don't know what you're talking about. Saying this is halal and that's haram, and you're just lying on Allah. Those people who lie on Allah, they will never, ever, ever be successful. What is lying on Allah? Weak hadith. Weak hadith, like some of these books that we take as books we rely on. Tabligh al-Nisab from Jamaat al-Tabligh. That book is full of hadith that are kadhab, mukhtara, makthuba ala nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the shahid here and the goal and the objective here is that we take a page out of what those salaf were upon in their aqidah, in their religion, in their sulukiyat, what they did, what they didn't do. And I didn't find from those people, I didn't find arrogance. I didn't find those people have a problem with saying the truth is with the woman. The truth is with the child. The truth is with the ex-slave or the slave. The truth is with the black. They didn't care about that. The most important thing for the Muslim is that Allah from his names is Al-Haq. He's the truth. And the truth belongs to him. And it is our possession. The Haq is the property of the Muslim. He has more right to it than anyone else. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى الثبات والتوفيق. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا وطيبا مباركا فيه وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم قل إنما حرم ربي الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن والإثم والبغي بغير الحق وأن تشركوا بالله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعلمون. Tell your community, Ya Muhammad, you want to know what Allah made haram? Allah made haram the fawahish, open fawahish, hidden fawahish. He made haram al-ithm wal-baghi, making sins and oppressing people bighayr al-haq. And he made haram that you make shirk with other than Allah, that you believe that some other human being is perfect and he never gets it right. No human being is perfect. The Nabi is the perfect muballigh, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, but he's nonetheless a human being. No one deserves to be worshipped along with Allah. And the last thing the ayah said, Allah made haram for you, my Lord, that you say about his religion what you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So in ending this khutbah today, inshallah, my question is this. Ya Abdullah, Abdul Samir, Ya Akhi Harun, I want to know, Yazid, Zayd, Bilal, I want to know, did you ever sit down and learn the tafsir of the Quran? Did you ever take time out to learn ilm al-hadith? Did you ever take time out to learn the lugha of the Arabs so that you can use these mafatih to help you understand the religion? Or are you one of those Muslims, mashallah, who you hear something here, you hear something there, you hear there, and that's good, but the problem with that is there's no minhajiyya in that. Have you ever sat down to learn about your religion? Because if you didn't, then your knowledge is going to be like Swiss cheese. It doesn't mean you can't say what's the truth, but you have to know your position, know your lane. You know that hadith? No problem. You know this ruling? No problem. But these big issues, like we hear the Shabab telling people he's a kafir, and this is jihad, and his dam is halal, and this one is a mubtadi. What are you talking about, ya akhi? What are you talking about? You are ajami, you a new Muslim. Fall back, learn your position, stay in your place. Don't go beyond the limit. We ask Allah Ta'ala make it easy for us and easy for you. Ikhwani, there's a sister who came, Salim. She was pleading that we make dua for her because she's not feeling well. I don't do that usually. But the way the lady was pleading and she's still here, we want to show her that she means something to our community. I don't know who that lady is, but she's our sister. I'm asking you, kalifakum, with this. Everybody make dua for that lady during the course of this day. And we also from this minbar make dua that Allah gives her shifa and helps her situation. And that Allah also gives the shifa to all of our marda. And that He subhanahu wa ta'ala opens up the door, rahmah, rizq upon us and establish our feet firmly upon this deen. Aqim as-salat, yarhamakumullah wa ahsanallah ilaykum.